What's happening, YouTube? Zack here. The boy Reks from Final Fantasy 12. He came out. I don't know why, but this is Intertwined Wheels. So, I mean, not Intertwined Wheels, Lost Chapter. But we gotta handle up. So, I'm rocking the team of Aerith, Noctis, and Zack. So, not even gonna hold y'all. I was kind of looking down on Noctis. Like the homie Noctis really got the goods with his rework, and you know, actually it was one of those guys who watched one of our videos who posted a comment, basically just talking up Noctis a bit, and I kind of was with BT resources the way they are, I was kind of like, well, I wouldn't mind, like BT plus Noctis if nobody else comes out that I want, or nothing on the horizon that I really feel like I would just want. I already have his whole kit. I personally use Noctis, quite a bit during the Chaos phase. So, not Chaos, Lufenia phase. So, I kind of figured, why not? He has a dope counter. He has a dope follow up. Pretty good. Especially when I was hearing that Noctis can really put out the damage. That was kind of what sold me. So I went ahead and maxed him out, and here he is, doing the work. So these guys right here is talking about these little jelly reskins. Basically, they have thresholds where once you get to that certain threshold, is it 69? I think it's 49 and 29. I think that's what it is. What those are. They will not take any more damage. So essentially what I'm saying is, like, regardless of how much damage you're doing, they won't take no more damage past that threshold until they do their little auto attack, which is like a AoE, not AoE, it's like a single target attack. I think it's defensive one too. And I believe that attack can it can dispel you. No. If you're hitting them with elements. Now, yeah, because we got some element shit going on with this fight. So, if you hit them with any kind of element that isn't water or electric, because Garnet is synergy, then they'll hit you with that follow up, and it'll dispel all your buffs, frames included. So you don't want to get hit by that. But outside of that, you actually have to let them get their attack off. That's kind of pretty much it to this fight, really. Oh yeah, and I'm not even gonna hold with y'all. I fucked up a couple of times with this with a couple of these launches. I wasn't paying. I just wasn't. I'm sorry. So yeah, I screwed up maybe I think I screwed up like 2 launches doing this shit. It's alright. It didn't work. It didn't affect anything in the end. But yeah, you have to, you gotta make sure if you're gonna use elements, only use water or electric. And that's pretty much it. Reks is a tank. Basically, he's like a single target tank. He does he's a thunder imperial enchanter, so he's got that going on, and he's like a single target tank. I guess you can say he's something like in the realm of snow, where his damage is on the off turn. On the on turn. I think where his follow-ups come to play is like once his stacks are up, then he'll perform his on turn counter. I think that's how it is. I ain't cool with him. But yeah. So getting a little bit to my strategies, I want to go ahead and BT plus, going to burst phase now, because these guys charge their force time really, really quickly, and I ain't want to deal with that shit. So I was like, basically I want to go ahead and get Noctis with follow-ups going, get all my BT auras up, because again, you can't just normally go into BT phase with your auras up and expect to just nuke them all the way down to 0. That's not going to work. You have to actually let them They're not going to do the little the attack. They're not going to do that in the middle of your burst or summon phase. So you have to be outside of those in order for them to hit you with the attack, so you can continue to do more damage on it. So getting back to the boy Noctis here, I mean, yeah, Noctis still plays the exact way he normally does. I kind of wanted to make sure that, like, my characters didn't have warp step on them, so we could keep, even though the turn warping is nice, I'm not aiming for no 0 turn strat here. So I wanted to make sure that they could at least, take their turns, basically. Aerith is here as our healer and reviver, and because like I said, one of their attacks is like, I think it just ignores defense. And Zack is our primary tank. He's also here to make sure his girlfriend Aerith doesn't drop below 50, so we can keep her effect up, so we can keep these holy follow-ups going. But yeah, my reason to just bringing Noctis is I just wanted to go through a stage with it. That was it. It wasn't anything particular about Noctis. I was just let me just use Noctis, man. Let me go ahead and show it. So yeah, I hit this VT phase right here, because I want to go ahead and charge up the gauge. I want, I didn't want to deal with that force time. I think, damn, what happens to the force time? I think they get a big heal. Are they countering more? I don't even know. I just know it's not something I don't want to deal with. I'll put what they do in the video description. But I know it's just something that I personally didn't want to deal with. So I was like, man, fuck all that. Let's just go ahead and get this gauge up, and let's just see if we can tactically kill him while using our echoes and our force time. So, yeah, I mean, look at Noctis, man. That follow-up is still goated, man. It's even better now. To be honest with you, I don't even know what Noctis FR conditions even are. I was just like, man, you know what? I got the materials. Let's just go ahead and max out Noctis. Didn't really look into seriously how much he got changed with his reroll. All I know is he's just doing more damage. He kind of does the same thing. I mean, yeah, get back to Noctis. My biggest beef with him is I kind of, I just wanted like permanent plus skills, plus version of the skills. But in the grand scheme of things, it makes sense why they didn't give us permanent plus skills. Because if you play Noctis, you already know that anytime you use one of his plus versions of his skills, he jumps in front of that character that you targeted. So if you get infinite plus versions, essentially Noctis is never getting attacked until he runs out of skills. So that can't just happen, so they're still, the regular skills are still good to press. Don't get me wrong. You still have to play the game of getting him to, getting him up to his plus versions or whatnot. But I think it's just like way less of a chore, especially in this era, because we're already doing so much fucking damage. Noctis really isn't just going to be running through all of his skills and burning out, because your teammates are probably going to be doing damage as well. On top of the fact that since Noctis is warping, you have good, chances to get your teammates up to use your plus skills. You have your chances for your teammates to do good damage. If you got the BT plus, the Noctis is already doing his follow up on whatever's going around. So, his EX hits still hard, way more dumps now. It's just, his kit is still good, even though I feel like he wasn't changed too much, outside of just granting more dumps. But that's really all he needed. Like the follow up, the warp strike follow up, that's hitting hard now. I think just using a standard Noctis LD is already getting you like 1 mil damage off the rip. So yeah, he does like deceptively good damage. I am very impressed. I am very impressed. So earlier we hit that 69% threshold, you know, so I wanted to make sure, you know, it's a little bit of timing, you know. You don't want to just use all your echoes, at least how I was going about it. I didn't want to use all my echoes immediately because it would kind of be no point, you know, to get the gauge high, but then kind of just, you know, the nuke, you can't just necessarily nuke them down. You kind of want to space out your force gauge, and you know, echoes are a big part of that. Like right now, we're about to hit our next threshold, so I'm thinking about, you know, oh, actually, no, not this threshold. The next threshold we're hitting, you know, I had to make decisions about, like, which attack to use, because, you know, I don't want to use a big attack and that just takes you to the threshold, but the rest of the hits are dummy, but you kind of don't really have a choice, you know, depending on how you play it out. See, Zack took his. So now we can lower B down, and then we can focus on A. Get him below. We're already up to max force time, by the way. Let's see. Boom. Zack rework, amazing. See, all that damage, and we only brought him down to 39. Now he's gonna do his attack. Zack eats that like breakfast. Now we're back. Look at that. Hadn't even used a Noctis LD yet. Boom. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie, man. That's another thing I kind of enjoyed about Noctis. His attacks are just flashy as shit. Like he just, I mean, like his attacks are flashy, and he's kind of like, they make him cool. I ain't never played 15. I know you, there's some 15 fanboys and girls out there, but you know, I ain't played it. But the boy Noctis is pretty clean, man. I ain't even gonna hate. I've always enjoyed like his animations and whatnot. I also kind of thought that, like, you know, I think Noctis is a high skill character. What I mean by that is, like, you get, like, depending on how good you are of a player, depends how greatly you can maximize Noctis. I think Noctis is a little bit more straightforward to play because his damage is so fucking high now. But especially back in them days, it's like, if you really wanted to maximize Noctis, you really had to, like, you know, plan out what you were gonna do. You really had to, you know, use your skills. You know, you want to get those 0-turn runs or whatever. You know, you couldn't be, you know, geek off the streets. You had to know what the hell you were doing. And Noctis really awards people who know what they're doing and really know how to play the game. I just think even more so now is that his damage is so fucking high. You know, I really feel like I barely pressed any of his skills. We've just been, I've used what? Yeah, I've only used two warp, like the damn watermark in a way. I didn't see how many shooting stars I used, but yeah, that was it. I mean, Zack did his damage on the on turn. Aerith was definitely helping with her holy, and you know, popping out, you know, using her good AoE LD. But then, man, Noctis, man, with the follow-ups and this on-turn damage. Ooh, yeah, man, I might fuck around and green Noctis in global. Why the fuck not? Yeah, but I'm you know, if you're noticing that I've uploaded this video without uploading the Shiva Spiritus, it's because I am still having skill issues with that fight. And I don't know, man, I might fuck around and just token Reigns BT, because I'm kind of tired of dealing with it. But yeah, whenever I do get to that, I'll upload it. If you're watching this long, I greatly appreciate you. It's been your boy Sass King 05. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.